This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at Public.com. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Add dry eye relief to your routine with Refresh Optive Mega 3. A lubricating eye drop with a moisture-rich, preservative-free formula, enhanced with inactive ingredients like flaxseed oil and antioxidants. This formula supports all 3 tear film layers and provides advanced hydration to instantly moisturize and soothe dry eyes. Refresh Optive Mega 3 is safe to use as often as needed, so you can make it part of your wellness routine. Find Refresh online or in the eye drop section at all major retailers. FSA and HSA eligible.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
This is Beaverville. Come on in.
It's Bob here. I got a question.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start, lady.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward it.
Listen up. The ratings just came in for last month. We are number 1. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes.
Boy, that is good news.
On your side, you hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
Well, here it is, Zacho. I don't know how much more rock bottom radio it could get. Hawks touring. Corey's in Las Vegas. Maxo doesn't come in on Fridays, but you and I are here. We're still going to play the initials game. Andrew DePaula's going to come in and play for the Minnesota Vikings. Marnie's going to be here. Well, we're going to need Parrish to talk about that hockey game last night, but because I don't know when Parrish is going to show up, we had Alexis come in, and now we have John Kriesel here. So it's going to be a fun Friday. This is going to be great. How are you guys?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you guys. I'm glad you guys came in.
Good to be seen.
I think this is A+ radio. I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit.
We'll give it a minute.
Well, we've gotten a minute into it, right? Like, normally we get 2.5 minutes out of a comic. We didn't have that, so now we got to fill even more time. But we're prepared. And the thing, Zacho and I were texting about it last night. Normally this isn't a hardcore sports station, but the two dads aren't here. Zacho and I are in control. That hockey game last night was... I love, and you know this, John, I love gambling on sports. It's the absolute best. When Florida went up 3-0, I went to Target.com and put a Nintendo Switch in my cart because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to lose this bet.
Which is setting money on fire.
Correct, of course. Which is a whole different thing. I almost bought one, but I told that story on the air. But then... it's 3-0, and I'm like, on Thursdays, Kelly and I watch Top Chef, which is outstanding.
Fantastic.
Chef. So good. It's been on for 22 seasons. It's so good. So the finale of that was last night. So we throw that on. And of course, I'm addicted to my phone. So I'm like kind of watching the game cast on ESPN kind of roll by. And I'm like, all right, it's 3-1. I'm like, it's 3-2. All of a sudden I'm like, wait, what? And then it was 3-3. And I don't know if this stat is correct. Anyone,
so let's fire it off on that 100,000 watt radio.
Let's vet it on air.
Somebody said last night they are the first team.
Who's they?
The Florida Panthers are the first team to go up 3-0 in a Stanley Cup Finals game in the first quarter and lose, right?
Period. Yes.
They're the first team ever to do that.
That sounds like a believable stat. I don't know it off the top of my head.
It's like 0-37, I think. Or 37-0.
I mean, it's hard to blow a 3-goal lead in a regular season game, let alone...
They pull their goalie, and it was just hideous. I don't know enough about hockey, but Florida had all the momentum after that 6-1 victory, and they were talking during the intermission, which is a great intermission. When you can get Wayne Gretzky on an intermission, it's outstanding, right? But they were basically saying, Zacho, that Florida played, or the Oilers played exactly how you shouldn't play. Mm-hmm. They got into penalties, they did dumb things, and then they let Florida go on the attack, and Florida got 3 goals. And then the complete opposite, Zacho, happened in the second period, and it was on from there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tale. It's why I never gamble on hockey. I mean, what a stupid sport to gamble. I mean, other than what you do, but on an individual game basis, so many things can change. So many things can. I mean, it was the classic tale of 2 periods. Florida dominated period number 1. Edmonton dominated period number 2. And it was like I was worried. I mean, after that first intermission that we were going to have another stinker, just like game 3. And Edmonton, to their credit, after a horrific start to that hockey game, fought their way back, and then it was just game on from there. Third period, so entertaining. Edmonton gets out to a 4-3 lead. Finally, actually have their first lead of the hocky game with 6.5 to go. And of course, Florida has to tie it, and they do. On a beautiful goal before a wild overtime. Great A chances. Somehow, 2 posts, one on either side of the ice. Somehow Edmonton didn't finish it a minute and a half in. And then Sam Bennett the other way for Florida. Fires a beautiful shot. It hits Picker, goes off of him, goes off the crossbar. And then after all that, the game winner is a lucky bounce that, obviously Draisaitl earned for sure, but still a wild, weird goal that is just so indicative of these playoffs. It's just been wild. It's been weird and very entertaining. And, I'm hoping that now that the series is tied, it means perhaps that we could be going the full distance like we did last year.
I thought it was going to be over.
The next game next Wednesday now?
Yeah, correct. That's
Saturday, actually.
Which is great because the NBA plays tonight.
They did the schedule so weird.
Ridiculous.
They did long breaks in between the home games rather than, they're trekking across the world to get between Florida and Edmonton.
7 hours.
Yeah, I don't understand the whole thing. What I thought was crazy, and Halvy, I don't know how you feel about this, but it was interesting because they pulled Skinner after the first period, down 3-0. They put Pickard in, who's got a good playoff record, but they're, a lot of people will wait to maybe make that move, especially in a playoff game, especially that early in a series. And Dallas did the same thing against Edmonton in an elimination game, and everybody was kind of saying, why would you do that? That's so insane. Give him a chance. Ottinger's your guy. Let him finish the game.
Got him fired.
Yeah.
It got the Dallas coach fired.
And even on the broadcast, they argued about it for 10 consecutive minutes about whether it was the right call or not. And I was on the fence about it. I thought, I'm all for throwing a new goalie in and seeing if you can spark something. There was a lot of people saying, doesn't matter. He's your guy. Let him roll. Let him get through this. And then the same thing happens last night, and they're arguing again. And this time we see the flip side of how it can work out for you. You get a new goaltender in there early enough in the game where you can still turn it around. They make a game out of it, and they find a way to win. So I think that just goes to show that move can work. It can turn the tide for you, even as crazy as it may seem at the time. And Edmonton finds a way to get the job done. So I think this series is going 7 games. At this point, I don't see how it doesn't.
Completely flipped it at that point. Because if Florida holds on to win last night, series is over.
It's over. Because they have, I love, it's weird because you've talked about it a lot, Zacho, and they took the money, obviously, to go to TNT. Nobody's really watching it. You can't, it's tough. It's not a channel but I have 4 channels memorized, right? ESPN, the Golf Channel, the regular, 4 or 5 Food Network, obviously, Oprah's network, all those things. But it's a tough network to find, and people aren't watching it, but they are missing outstanding hockey.
Huge missed opportunities.
Huge,
especially with the Four Nations bit.
Yes,
here's the momentum growing with the sport. Boom, they put it on this.
The ratings there was a bit of a decrease after Four Nations for the regular games on ABC. I thought about this last night. I don't care. As long as there's enough people watching to sustain the National Hockey League, right. I don't care anymore.
Me and Zach are watching.
Honestly,
I'm watching.
America, if America doesn't want to watch this, fine, whatever. You're missing out on some of the best sports entertainment that you could possibly imagine. It was such a wonderful game, and I really, like I said, I felt last night, watching that, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care if there'll be probably the ratings will come out. There'll be like 2.2 million, and it'll be whatever. And I will say I would prefer it to be on ABC or network television. Yeah. That was, whatever. You can debate that. But regardless, it was a wonderful game. And to your point, Alexis, no matter how much you could hate I had a couple of goalies in my youth hockey career that, if you want to call it career, but
it's a career, man. Yeah. You play.
But I had a couple of goalies that off the ice you hated. Like we hated them.
Say their name.
Yeah, exactly. But when they got in the goal crease, there was this owner, this bond.
Are you going to have John talk next, or are you talking about the goalie crease?
Oh. No, so
he was looking at me when he said it too. I was wait a minute.
Yeah, well, when you're in the crease, whether it's the blue paint or John, you feel a bond. But that's there is such a debate on that decision to pull Skinner and put Pickard in there, and I go back and forth on it, but man,
it worked.
It worked really well, and it's hard to explain. But when your goalie gets pulled, you feel so responsible.
Switch, yeah.
It's just you feel so terrible, and you want to do everything you can to turn that around, and that's exactly what they did. It kind of is a crappy situation for Skinner, who's got to sit on the bench and go, "Oh, great! Now I
suck.
I was like the best player on the ice in the first period. Yeah. Kept it from being 6-7 to nothing, but now I have to sit and watch not only probably the rest of the game, but there's a good chance now the rest of the series." He will be on the bench. So
did he get pulled after the first, or was it after? Because that third goal was not on him. I mean, that was
and he made
that was a bad play on the
for sure. Well, and it ended up being a stick to the face that wasn't called.
Shots.
Yeah, they dominated, man. Yeah. They should have won 8 rip.
I almost went to bed when it was 3-0. I was like, I got to get up early tomorrow. Like this game might be over, and
you got to be rested for the hot takes on this.
Seriously, good thing I did. I wouldn't have been able to contribute anything right now if I would have gone to bed. So
my wife is a big time sports fan.
Yeah, that's.
Hockey is probably the least of her 4.
Yeah.
She was going nuts last night.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Completely. She was like, "This is unbelievable." And I was actually like, I'm going to have the teeth in the glass at a decent time.
So last night, they go up 4-3, and Kelly's sleeping. Louis is now in his own room. And I just go, God. And I I just toss it on the bed. Kelly kind of rolls
over. It's not my remote. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah. Kelly kind of rolls over, doesn't say anything. I turn it off, and then I'm like, well, I'm going to turn it back on. And then they score, and I just go, yes! And she's like, would you be quiet? But that last goal was sweet, dude.
Sauce, you might be one of us now.
Oh, I love it, man. When you tweeted last night, Zacho, those people that are just walking out after they scored, it's like, get out.
So good.
You're not hockey fans. Yep. It's always down to the last second. That's what makes it great. I loved every second of it, man. It was so much fun. So much fun.
The same people leaving the Minneapolis Miracle game.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Never come back.
If I didn't have to do overtime or fan line after that, I would 100% have left that game.
I had my coat over my head because I was like, here we go again.
And it wasn't that the same. Didn't the Twins lose in horrific fashion in some playoff bit? Probably.
Yesterday, yes.
Well, it's we can get into that. It's over for the Twins. The pitching staff is shot. It's over for them. But yeah, sports are the best, man. When we
nice distraction from the real world right now too.
Yeah. We can get into that maybe in Zacho's news, but it might be over. But And obviously, a lot of bad and horrible things happened during COVID, right? COVID was hideous. But how did we live so long without sports?
COVID ended up being fine. It's the rules that were ridiculous, yes.
But, why? What did we do? How long did we go without sports? Sports are the best, man.
That was one of the worst
Golf came back with no fans, and the world was like, yes, I'm putting $100 on Brooks. I'm doing
it. And it snuck up on us. I'm wait, is this live? And then, the MLB channel would just, re-show the 91 World Series on repeat. It was over for
That's
us.
when horse racing became my thing. Because I'd be betting on races in Australia.
You got to find something to gamble on, man. It's the best. That's John Kriesel. That's Alexis Pearson, who will be getting married soon. We can talk about that. That's Zacho. I'm Meatsauce. We'll come back. We are playing the initials game at 8:15. Andrew DePaula, John Kriesel, Mark Parrish, Marty Gellner, and myself will be playing. Zacho will be hosting. It'll be super fun. We got a lot to get to. Mr. Z joins us. How to Train Your Dragon comes out today. And when we come back, a sequel probably 40-plus years later, 30 years later, is coming back. I'll tell you what that is when we come back right here on The Fan.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, how to get 30, how to get 20, 20, 20, how to get 20, 20, how to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold! Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at Public.com. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on what your kids are spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started risk-free at greenlight.com/iHeart.
Are you shopping for a new laptop while still trying to keep up with technology and AI? Talk about feeling burnt out. But no more. Lenovo.com makes it easier than ever to find the perfect PC. In fact, we'll break it down for you. Step 1. Shop our lineup of AI PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Because why deal with downloading new software when you can buy a smarter PC that already comes with all of the AI features and tools? Step 2. Find the one that fits your passion. Whether you're a creative genius, a research scientist, a hardcore gamer, or a future CEO, no dream is too big. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. You can keep up with your ideas as well as any challenges you may face. Step 3. Add to cart and purchase. Oh, if you're a college student or a teacher, make an education account through us and get 5% off your whole order. Shop now at Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
Catch your Lynx this Saturday at noon in a matinee matchup with the Los Angeles Sparks. Listen right here on KFAN and hear every game this season on the Timberwolves Lynx channel on the free iHeartRadio app. Thanks to RBC Wealth Management.
Welcome back, Power Trip Morning Show. It's just Zacho and I. Kriesel is here. Alexis Pearson is here. So
it's not just you and Zacho.
No, it's more than us, but as from the main
driving
four
the
that
ship.
are normally here, yeah. Corey's in Las Vegas.
Right
yeah, correct. No, we're headed
poor
right
ship.
for it. Yeah, the poor ship. It's gonna. I mean, Tenna's got that brilliant bit with the Tenna Fitzgerald,
Yeah.
and it's taking on Aruga. That bit's so good, man. I love that bit. It's taking on water. He calls his guests life rafts. It's just a great bit, man. I love that bit. But, it's, we'll get through it. It'll be fun, man. We're going to play the initials game. We'll play that at 8:15. We'll have Marnie come in. Her Lynx are no longer undefeated. Parrish can break down more of that hockey game that we broke down. Scotty Scheffler was breaking down last night on the golf course. We can get to that. That was, this golf course, man, I don't know how much I watched all of it because my excuse is my son because it's raining. What are we going to do? Go outside? We can't. It's raining. But, this golf course is so hard. Like, you can't even believe it. Like, some of these guys, like, McIlroy was having a great round. He had one bad shot, and it was completely over. It's just the rough all of it,
he's
man.
even.
No, McIlroy?
Yeah, what is he
McIlroy's
now?
4 over.
Oh, my God. I missed that part of it.
He fell apart. Yeah. I mean,
I had to
Sam
put together Chloe's big kid bed yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Well, I put... It's weird, man. We did that 2 days ago. I don't know if you heard, and it didn't fit. Yeah, well, your wife was texting us about it, but yeah,
it's throwing your wife under the bus in the group text.
Me?
No, my wife.
Oh, yeah.
She told me be sure to put Chloe's bed together in the room.
Yeah. Well, she knows you're not an idiot like I am, but it's weird. It's weird. Like there are those moments where I'm like. My wife, like, when we finally got it together before we realized it didn't fit in the room, we like took a step back and it's like, I mean, next step is college, right? Like, Here we go. Like,
was Louis like 6 months old?
He'll be 6 months old in 17 days.
This was the bed that she had since she was a baby, and it was in that same spot.
Yeah.
She was the one, like, she got very sad that she was done with kindergarten. She's like, I'm growing up too fast. I was like, don't worry, you're going to be paying taxes soon. It's going to be,
It gets so much worse.
You're going to complain about Minnesota too then.
Yeah, it gets way worse.
And then finally, we talked her into getting a big kid bed.
Yeah.
So I put that together. And then last night, happiest kid on the planet. Just
my God.
all tucked in.
Oh, buddy.
So did she sleep through the night okay?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's I feel like the hardest part for a lot of the kids is like that first night sleeping in it. They're like, they don't know what to do.
Yeah. Where am I? Yeah. It's those little milestones, man. Like
the best.
He's going to be a half a year old in 17 days.
Yeah.
Soon he'll be 17 and I'll be like, man, it was, I don't know, man. It's unreal. Like,
you'll be like, Dad, I'm going to the store to buy some smokes.
And I'll be laying down because I'm 800 pounds and he has to use like wood to get me up off the bed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'll be, man, it's fascinating, man, how quick that goes by. Like,
take a lot of pictures. He stands up,
he babbles, he's all there, man. He's
great. Already ahead of me.
Yeah, correct. Yes, he is. Yeah. I teased it, and John off the air was like, we're going to have to remind him because I make like the one time I teased about that great snack at Costco, and then like I didn't.
You paid it off 4 days later.
Yeah, I paid it off on Thursday.
It's like the greatest tease of all time.
Thank you. But this movie is making a comeback, man. We heard the rumors that there was going to be a sequel, and I got a couple of texts about it last night. And in today's day and age, when you get a text about a trailer for a movie with AI and everything, sometimes you're like, that's not a real trailer. That's just the old movie put in like I see a lot of fake trailers. We could talk to Mr. Z about it, but the movie making a return. The first one came out in 1987, so almost 40 years ago. Spaceballs 2 is making a comeback. The Schwartz Awakens. I'm not a big fan of Spaceballs 1, but Lieber loves it. Corey loves it.
I've never seen it.
You haven't?
I've never seen it.
Zach, have you seen it?
No.
It's obviously a Star Wars spoof by Mel Brooks.
Yes,
and
okay.
It's got its moments,
Sure.
but it was one of those bits when I was a kid where like Dov and my dad loved it, so naturally I had to hate it. But it's making a comeback. It'll come out in 2027, and Bill Pullman will be back. Rick Moranis, who I don't think has acted in a long time, and Mel Brooks. They will return for Spaceballs 2, which might be called The Schwartz Awakens.
Exciting.
It should be fun. Those guys, Corey and Hockey will absolutely love it, and Lieber. Lieber was tweeting about it last night. He loves the first one.
I feel like our generation is becoming the least creative bunch in history, though. They're just remaking everything, bringing back. Everyone wants their. Now, I'll be all for it if He-Man comes back.
Oh, He-Man wails. I thought it was. Zach, who should play He-Man?
Thor.
Yeah, I thought that was the rumor.
Who should be Skeletor?
Oh, boy. Probably.
It probably would have been Jared Leto. I think that was
Jared Leto.
That might be over for Jared Leto because of some other things he's done that allegedly. But yeah. No, I mean, that's all we do, though. Everything is a remake. Everything is something that, was a better idea, right? Or it just,
a sequel to a movie we didn't ask for.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's the Happy Gilmore 2 thing.
I'm excited for that.
I don't know how to feel about that. I want to be excited, but I'm like, it's not like a movie like that. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, how can anything be as good or equally as exciting as Happy? I mean, Happy Gilmore is one of my favorite movies. And I think most people, I don't know anyone who doesn't like that movie. And I'm just, I don't know. And then also, this is sad, but then when they use the same actors, I'm like, Adam Sandler, back then, and now it's it makes me sad, realizing how much time has passed, seeing all these actors older, and I'm like, don't taint the original movie. It's so good. Just let it be.
Is he in his 60s?
He's got to be, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's got to be in his 60s.
When did Happy Gilmore come out? The 90s?
94?
58.
58, yeah. It's great because, I think a lot, I think Brooks Koepka's in it, JT is in it.
It seems like a self-aware
cool.
also is where it is him at this age.
Yeah.
It seems kind of low risk. I feel like some movies that try to make a comeback are trying to recapture.
They can pass it off as, that's the bit, though. He's older. Yeah.
But, you look at it, and Corey and I have talked about it. I'll watch it because my guy Swartzen's in it. I got to support him. But there's the bit in the trailer where they're at a Dick's Sporting Goods and he puts it through the golf simulator and you're like,
oh yeah,
what is this? What we're I don't know. But Dumb and Dumber 2 was one of the worst movies of all time. Anchorman 2 was terrible.
Hangover 2.
I didn't even know there was a second Anchorman.
Oh, it's
Hangover 2. They should be in a federal prison.
Yeah, Hangover 2.
The third one wasn't bad.
I like the third one.
The third one was good.
I think they kind of realized how bad 2 was. They're
oh, shoot.
We got to fix this.
Yeah.
The second one was hideous. But it was exactly. I think what happened was this is exactly what happened. Hangover 1 was such a huge hit that they were like, we have to make a sequel right now. And
gotta make our money.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, how many sequels other than, and I stand by this, Back to the Future 2 was better than the original.
Agreed.
But the third one's just okay. There's a lot of sequels that are bad, man. Where you're
personally,
why? Why did you make that?
I believe that if you didn't intend to make it a multi-movie, series to begin with, the sequel's never that good. If you intended it to be a standalone movie and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you know what? Let's do a second movie. Let's do a third movie. Let's do a prequel. It never turns out good. If your intention is
the plot's screwed up already.
It's all messed up. And then sometimes so much time has passed, you can't use the same actors or they're too old or whatever.
Or contract disputes.
Yeah. So I'm like, if it's intended to be a series, then I think those movies are often better, but stuff like this where it's let's make another movie 40 years later. It's I don't know about that.
Sometimes it's you went too far, you tried too much.
We're out of ideas,
was a money grab. We're 100%
what ideas are we going to do?
I mean, I don't know, make another Top Gun because that was great. The Top Gun Maverick was excellent. I've never seen the first. No, I have seen the first one.
First one's great. Well, dude, you love San Diego.
I'm going in a week.
Yeah.
I love San Diego. I love the volleyball scene, but Maverick is just as good. The second one is so good, man. But sometimes you get a home run. So a lot of the times, it's just hideous, and it doesn't.
I mean, they made 84 Mission Impossibles, and they still like them. So I don't know.
It's like Twins pitching.
Yeah, Twins. We can talk about that. We'll come back. It's the Power Trip Morning Show. It's me, Zacho, Alexis, John Kriesel. Marnie will join us in about an hour and 20 minutes. Paris should be here in about an hour. And then Andrew DePaula, the long snapper for your Minnesota Vikings. Excellent guy. He's one of those guys like Paris that is good as everything, good at everything. I bet he's good at the initials game. We'll find out in about 2 hours. It's the Power Trip Morning Show. We'll be right back after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at Public.com. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Are you shopping for a new laptop while still trying to keep up with technology and AI? Talk about feeling burnt out. But no more. Lenovo.com makes it easier than ever to find the perfect PC. In fact, we'll break it down for you. Step 1. Shop our lineup of AI PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Because why deal with downloading new software when you can buy a smarter PC that already comes with all of the AI features and tools? Step 2. Find the one that fits your passion. Whether you're a creative genius, a research scientist, a hardcore gamer, or a future CEO, no dream is too big. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. You can keep up with your ideas as well as any challenges you may face. Step 3. Add to cart and purchase. Oh, if you're a college student or a teacher, make an education account through us and get 5% off your whole order. Shop now at Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
So you want to start a business? You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills, but listen to me when I say you don't. You just need GoDaddy Aero. I'm Walton Goggins, an actor, and I like the sound of starting my own business, Walton Goggins Goggle Glasses. But I couldn't do this on my own. GoDaddy Aero uses AI to create everything you need to grow a business. It'll make you a unique logo. It'll create a custom website. It'll write social posts for you and even set you up with a social media calendar. How cool is that? Well, listen to this. For a limited time, you can get Aero All Access for just $1 a week for 12 weeks. We're talking all the AI power of GoDaddy Aero plus a domain, e-commerce store, payments, professional email, a unified inbox, all for less money than I spend on deep tanning lotion while sunbathing off the Amalfi Coast. You know what that sounds like? A plan. Get started at GoDaddy.com. Terms apply.
Saying upper 50s earlier. Now it's saying 64. So I guess we're going to be a little bit warmer today. Also, this weekend, this Father's Day, score big with the Minnesota Wild. Get 2 weekday game tickets and a 3-piece Wild grill set. Perfect for the ultimate hockey dad. Offer ends June 15th. Get all the details and enter for your chance to win this amazing Father's Day gift at KFAN.com. Keyword contests.
Kriesel, about 2 seconds ago off the air, just said, I don't like complainers. I said, well, why do you hang out with me?
You complain a lot less around me.
There's nothing to complain about.
I think one of my favorite moments ever was when you, T-Bone, and I were golfing in Vegas, and there was a slow group ahead of us. I think we were playing Valley High, so that always plays slow, but it's fine. And you're like, what's taking these guys so long? We don't have all day. And I said, Paul, it's a beautiful day. We're standing in the middle of a fairway because we all hit right up the gut.
Yeah.
Sipping on cocktails. I said, dude, life is good. What are we in a hurry for? You go, we need to hang out together more often.
Patience is not a virtue with me, man. But I try and be on my best behavior around you because there's nothing really to complain about.
Because, I'll slap those.
Well, yeah, and you bring out, you're like bonus, man. You bring out the positivity and everything. Everybody needs a bonus. We were, Kelly and I, my wife and I, Kelly, and I were watching Parts Unknown, the Anthony Bourdain show, which is...
Is it good?
I don't know.
It's a documentary about him?
No, that's Roadrunner. That's a documentary about him. It's just a show where he goes all over.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And he's got his friend who found him when he passed away.
Yikes.
Eric, something, he owns one of the best restaurants in New York City. But it was like, that Eric guy is Anthony Bourdain's John Bonus. You're my Eric, right? He's his John Kriesel, if that makes any sense, right? Like, he just brings out the best in him because that's what you should do, right? So, yeah, that's why I love you. But, yeah, that's a great show, man. Like, I think Corey said the other day, like, he doesn't have any, I think it was either TV or movies. He has no desire to go back and watch, like, things that have already, like, the old things, right? Like, you're not going to sit down and watch, Sex in the City, and like they're not.
I watch the OC fairly often.
Yeah, you do. But that's my point. You should. Like I never got into either of Anthony Bourdain's No Reservations or Parts Unknown. Outstanding. If you have HBO Max, it's on all of them. Yep. It's an incredible show. What a life that guy lived. And Max was like an expert on Anthony Bourdain. Max was not here, but
hi Max.
We were texting back and forth about it last night. It's a wonderful, wonderful bit. You should watch it if you have HBO Max.
Yes.
My point was just I like hanging out with you, I guess. Sports!
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Buy 3 of your favorite 20-ounce Mountain Dew flavors for just $5. Mix and match 20-ounce Mountain Dews, varieties, and save only at Holiday for a limited time. The Minnesota Twins got crushed last night, 16-3. The Rangers outscored your Twins 34-13 in the series. The 34 runs are tied for the third most in a 3-game series in Texas Rangers franchise history.
Nice. You're welcome.
The most since 2012 for your Rangers. The Twins pitching staff was destroyed this series. Bailey Ober went 4 2/3. He scattered 6 hits, gave up 7 earned runs, 6 walks. We had a bunch of non-pitchers pitching in this game. It was an absolute runaway. Your Twins are 2-5 in their last 7. They are 36-32. They will battle the Astros tonight at 7:10.
We have to win.
It might be over.
I mean, that's another thing I bet. I have the under in that, so
sell the team. I will be back on board once the Pohlads sell the team.
I'm shocked. Like I don't know what happened with that.
Well, the
one guy left.
Clear. Well, because the value apparently is $1.4 billion, and they're asking at least $1.7 billion. Part of that is because the owners they've been funding their own personal businesses by borrowing against the team. Second mortgages are never great. No. And so you've got reportedly $400 million in debt on this, and they want the buyers to take that on?
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, that is.
Of course not.
Yeah.
I just want...
Poor Arthur.
I want some billionaire that this is his toy.
I want Mark Cuban to buy it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll bring some more attention to the team.
But I think he tried, didn't he, Zacho? He tried to buy a team, I think he tried to buy a team in the mid-2000s, and the MLB owners said no. They didn't want him as part of their group.
Well, because that's back when he was a pain in the ass, and he was getting ejected from games, from the stands, whereas now he's a little more chill. Yeah. Age tends to chill people out a little bit.
Yeah. But, it's weird that was like a huge story, and they had the guy that was going to buy the White Sox, or that was going to buy the Twins, then he flipped and bought like a huge stake in the White Sox. He's building like $150 million home in Chicago. That was their guy, man. That was it. He's the guy that owns the Suns. He's soon going to trade Kevin Durant to the Wolves. But that was our guy. And then he switched, and now there's been nothing.
It sounds quiet. Mark Cuban reportedly received $3.5 billion from his majority stake sale of the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Just think.
Didn't he invent HD TV? Zacho, or HD radio?
He was streaming radio.
Well, thank you, Mark Cuban.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah,
he'd be great.
We see him on Shark Tank. He's a smart investor. He's not going to take on the Pohlads' debt.
Yeah.
And that explains why they've been cutting salary at times.
3 years ago.
Yeah, because they need that money. Their profits come from this team, whereas most billionaire owners, it's their toy. Mm-hmm. It's fun money. That's it.
I mean, we think about this team has had some bad owners, right? I mean, everybody knows.
Well, their dad.
Norm Green was terrible.
Oh, this market.
This market, yes. Not the Twins. Yeah, they just had some really bad owners.
Red McCombs was a terrible owner.
It was cheap. He was terrible. But The Wilfs are outstanding.
Yes.
And I'm not just saying that because one of their employees is coming in, and and that's where the main station for that. I love the Wilfs.
Yeah.
Alex and Mark Laurie are going to be great because they have that one guy with Bloomberg with just endless cash. They're going to be great. The Wild owner is great. They got to spend some money this offseason, which I think they will. But yeah, that we got lucky, man.
It's the one. The Twins are the one.
They'll move on from that.
Well, but someone needs to buy it.
They will.
Someone needs to buy it. Hopefully, they say, "Listen, it's not like their private business ventures have gone well, which is why there is the debt against the team. So at some point, they're going to have to sell the team out of necessity. Take that money and get out."
The Florida Panthers scored 3 goals in the first period, and the onslaught was on. Well, then the second period happened, and the Oilers scored 3 straight, and they tied it up at 3-3. Then they scored with under 7 minutes left in the third to make it 4-3. The Panthers came back and scored with about 20 seconds left in the third to force OT, the third time that this series has gone to overtime. And then the Oilers scored with 8:42 left. It was Draisaitl, right? He scored the game winner. So the series is now tied 2-2. The Oilers are the first road team to rally from a 3-goal deficit and win a Stanley Cup final game since the Montreal Canadiens at the Seattle Metropolitans in Game 5 of the 1919 Stanley Cup. That was the year my grandmother was born. Game 5 tomorrow, Zacho, was right here on The Fan.
Well, we talked a lot about this in the first segment, which is really, really good. So good that I think that first segment should be sponsored. What do you think?
Yeah, my friends at Gutter Helmet and GutterHelmetMN.com love that first segment. And with the weather that's going to happen for the next 7 years,
you're going to need that.
You're going to need it. I don't even worry about it. You have overflowed gutters, man, you're in big trouble. I don't have that problem because I have GutterHelmetMN.com.
But it was just another incredible game in the series after a big stinker in Game 3, and it was looking like, I think what Wayne Gretzky said in the post game last night, we had 4 really bad periods, and then after that, it's been incredible hockey. 3 of the 4 games now have gone to overtime, and now we're heading to back to Game 5 and basically a best 2 out of 3 series between the Oilers and the Panthers. Just some of the best hockey I think we've ever seen in a Stanley Cup final. This is an instant classic final, and just a top. I can't believe it. 3-0. Florida was destined to potentially win the cup on Saturday night.
Tomorrow, I was going to collect my money from Corey tomorrow.
You were going to have a great weekend.
I was going to buy my Nintendo Switch. Colin Morikawa was going to win the golf bet, and the Twins group were going to lose like 94 games.
And now the soonest you could collect is potentially Game 6. Which I believe is scheduled sometime in October. So
stupid.
It's just it's so good, and I hope it continues. Regardless, though, Matt, I feel like I don't want to get greedy at this point, man. We've gotten such good entertainment out of this series. NBA's been great. It's just been really good sports here. I wish the Minnesota teams were more involved, but if you can't have your team involved, at least have some drama. I will tell you this, though. I can't imagine if the Wild were in this series. That might kill me, man.
Yeah, I would be unwell.
A
little part of me is always happy when my teams are done playing because I'm like, I can enjoy my life again for a little bit. Like, this is kind of fun.
Is it a preposterous statement to say that Florida's the better team?
No, I think most people would say that. No. I've seen a lot of people say, and I feel this way too, that Florida, they're assuming Florida will win based on their brain, but they want Edmonton to win based on their heart. And that's kind of how I feel too. But I think the cool thing about this series and why there's so much drama, apart from the fact that obviously there's just been some really good hockey games and there's a lot of talent between these two teams, is the fact that regardless of who wins, you've kind of got 2 good storylines. You've got Canada, who hasn't won a Stanley Cup in literally forever. Yeah. So a lot of people are rooting for Edmonton to kind of break the Canadian curse of not being able to win a Stanley Cup.
Let's throw a 25% tariff on that cup then.
And then you've got Florida, who, not a traditional hockey market. They've been to the finals 3 straight years. They've won a Stanley Cup in one of those 3 appearances now. And then you've got the rematch of Edmonton and Florida from last year. So there's, I think, so much drama.
And they hate each other.
They do at this point. They absolutely do. And so there's so much drama aside from the talent on the ice and then and the fun hockey we've seen, just the little footnotes to this series as well is what's making it so much fun. And, the fans have been getting into it. And, I mean, anytime you get a chance to watch McDavid and Draisaitl play hockey into June, we're all pretty lucky. So, I mean, I hope this goes 7 games.
Yeah. McDavid's ridiculous.
He's ridiculous.
That one where there was a handful of times last night the skating was on display, but I think there were 2 or 3 guys on him. He dekes all of them out and puts a solid shot on net.
And I'm always surprised. I'm like, why does this still surprise me? He does this 15 times a game.
He's so good. The dude is really handsome.
Zach.
All right. Thanks, Kessler.
Yeah, thanks, Kessler.
Man.
Well, yeah, he plays hockey. Let's see what else we got here before we break and then talk to Mr. Z. The NBA Finals resumes tonight at Game 4 is at 7:30. OKC is a 5.5-point favorite. They're also still the favorite to win the series, even though they trail the Pacers 2-1. Game 5 will be next Friday. The Lynx, they lost the other day. They're no longer undefeated, but they battle the Sparks tomorrow at noon. That game can be heard right here on the Fan, and the U.S. Open is currently underway in Oakmont, Pennsylvania, and your leader is J.J. Spawn. He's 4 under. He doesn't go out until this afternoon or later this morning.
It's like watching this golf tournament is like watching a track meet with cement boots on. Yeah. The amount of yelling after the shots because the rough is so thick. Yeah.
That ball just got eaten.
Yeah.
That's like 7 feet off the fairway and it's gone.
What would I shoot on this course? 192.
200? Yeah. I mean, I probably would shoot in the hot mid 130s.
Yeah.
I mean,
DeChambeau said that an 18 handicap would shoot over 200 on this course.
I mean, Justin Thomas had a bit where he said that like they should have somebody who plays it, that's whatever handicap, above a double-digit handicap, plays this course, but PGA rules. No gimmies.
Yeah.
They should do that for every tour. That would be cool.
The Barstool guys played it.
Impossible.
Yeah,
it's
the
impossible.
4 play guys, they're fantastic. They played this. I didn't see what their score was, but the highlights of it were great because they take a shot and they're like, "I quit." This is. I played that one back in May. The PGA Frisco in PGA Frisco, it was Fields Ranch East. That's where the PGA Championship in 27 and 34 is going to be. Very fun, beautiful course, but it truly becomes not fun.
Yeah.
Halfway
That's
through
what I mean. They can't have fun playing this.
Yes.
I mean,
the money's good, but
the money's good, but for a lot of these people, this is a test, though. That's why no one's complaining about it.
Yeah.
They're giving it their all because this truly is like
you're earning your money on this one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, and the difference between them, there's a lot of differences between them and us, but like they can get in trouble and get out of it.
Yeah.
That's why we're hacks, right? You can't get out of trouble as easily as they do. But when the course neutralizes that, it's going to be an awesome weekend of golf.
I'm excited.
And it ends on Father's Day, and good for me, it's my first Father's Day on Sunday. We'll come back. We'll talk to Mr. Z. How to Train Your Dragon is coming out this week. We'll tell him the Rotten Tomatoes score, and then we'll ask him about Spaceballs 2. Tons to get to right here on the Power Trip Morning Show, right here at The Fan.
The Fan. And here we have a specimen from the early 2000s, a legacy investing platform. Please don't touch the exhibit, folks. It could crash.
Ready to step out of the financial history museum? At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Are you shopping for a new laptop while still trying to keep up with technology and AI? Talk about feeling burnt out, but no more. Lenovo.com makes it easier than ever to find the perfect PC. In fact, we'll break it down for you. Step 1. Shop our lineup of AI PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Because why deal with downloading new software when you can buy a smarter PC that already comes with all of the AI features and tools? Step 2. Find the one that fits your passion. Whether you're a creative genius, a research scientist, a hardcore gamer, or a future CEO, no dream is too big. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. You can keep up with your ideas as well as any challenges you may face. Step 3. Add to cart and purchase. Oh, if you're a college student or a teacher, make an education account through us and get 5% off your whole order. Shop now at Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
So you want to start a business? You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills, but listen to me when I say you don't. You just need GoDaddy Aero. I'm Walton Goggins, an actor, and I like the sound of starting my own business, Walton Goggins Goggle Glasses. But I couldn't do this on my own. GoDaddy Aero uses AI to create everything you need to grow a business. It'll make you a unique logo. It'll create a custom website. It'll write social posts for you and even set you up with a social media calendar. How cool is that? Well, listen to this. For a limited time, you can get Aero All Access for just $1 a week for 12 weeks. We're talking all the AI power of GoDaddy Aero plus a domain, e-commerce store, payments, professional email, a unified inbox, all for less money than I spend on deep tanning lotion while sunbathing off the Amalfi Coast. You know what that sounds like? A plan. Get started at GoDaddy.com. Terms apply.
Stuck in the same day-to-day routine that honestly sucks? Wake up, go to work, eat, sleep, repeat. Well, today doesn't have to suck. Get rid of boredom and download Call of Duty Mobile for free. Enjoy fan-favorite maps, modes, and operators from classic Call of Duty titles. Plus, new mobile-exclusive content. You can even earn tons of free rewards just for playing. Did we mention you can play for free on your phone almost anywhere, anytime? Call of Duty Mobile looks and feels incredible. Characters, maps, and weapons practically leap off the screen. This game is so smooth, fast, and responsive, all on your phone. What are you waiting for? Break the boredom loop and play for free now. Call of Duty Mobile is available on both the Apple App Store and Google Play Store today. Rated M for mature.
Want to chime in on what's happening with your favorite KFAN program? Make your voice heard on the Brad Shine Bright text line. Let us know what you have to say by texting your message to 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rates apply. You can also use the Talkback feature.
Oh, yeah. We promised Abbott we'd do that. We should
Abbott
do that.
was very stern.
We
He
should.
said,
Do we have anything to give away?
I don't. Let me see here.
My heart?
No, I already have that. Tim and I already have that. Tim and I already have that.
Splitting it.
Yeah, and Tim, yeah.
Haven't you already given away enough of you?
Yeah, John.
Yes, that's true.
Welcome back, Power Trip Morning Show. Mr. Z joins us now. What's up, Mr. Z?
Not much. What's up with you?
So maybe one of the I don't. So when this movie came out, it was like 10 years ago, the original. And was How to Train Your Dragon when it came out a surprise hit the first time?
Yeah, it wasn't a big surprise because it was sort of a famous kid's book, but it played really long and played a little better than I think we probably thought it was going to. And because it was really good, that was the one thing. It was one of those that the kids. It wasn't just a piece of fluff. It was a good movie that grown-ups even kind of liked a little bit.
It's excellent. So this one is a 99% audience score, and I saw you tweeting last night about some movie, and wait until you see the audience score. The Rotten Tomato score on How to Train Your Dragon is 77, but is this one of those movies because kiddos don't care about the rating or the reviews? Is this a review kind of proof film?
Yeah, I was reading some of those reviews because I was trying to figure out. I saw it a while ago, and most of the reviews, the negative reviews, if you dig into them, they're funny because they're complaining of the fact that they kind of did a shot-for-shot remake of the original, and there's nothing new, which is weird. A weird thing to complain about. Critics sometimes try too hard. This is a movie where you sit back and it's just fun, enjoyable. It's kind of a smile on your face, and it's good. It's the dragons are kind of are really cool looking, and so just from beginning to end, it's a joy to watch. And so, yeah, if you want to pick apart some of the things, but the audience review is coming from, they just had a blast. And they didn't need to sit down and try to earn their money by creating a word salad of negative review. So it's just a fun movie, and it's really well done. And I, as a grown man, I enjoyed it.
How well do you think this will do?
It's not going to be like Lilo and Stitch was a freak movie here, set all kinds of records. It's not going to be that big, but the projections have been, 70, 80 million. I think it's got to be closer to 100 million. And I think it's going to play for a long time when word of mouth gets out.
So next week is the 28 years later, and then is it ELO, the Disney Pixar film?
Yeah, ELO, yep.
Yeah. So so 28 days later, I have not seen those movies, but people love those movies. How do you think, is that the third one?
Well, you had 28 days later, and this is 28 years later. Those are the two that I'm familiar with.
Okay, so the second one, yeah.
Very rated R. Very, when the first one came out, it was kind of special because of how quick everything happened. Instead of slow moving zombies, it was a very quick, very violent thing. And so, fact that it's limited to the horror fans, but it's going to be received very well. Elio is aimed at a little younger age than some of the Disney films, and so that will be. But heading into that, we have F1 coming out the week after that, and
that should be fantastic.
Park. Yeah, F1. I'm looking forward to talking about it. I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it right now, but Jurassic Park is another interesting one. That's a July 4th movie. I'm expecting big things from it. I haven't seen it yet, but I believe that the Universal is going to put this back on track. I know maybe I'm hoping that, but because the last one was so boring that I think that they scratched everything and started over.
I mean, it's bad when hockey says it's terrible, so it's got to be a hideous film. We saw it yesterday. A lot of people, it kind of went viral. Spaceballs 2 is coming back in 2027. I would guess you loved the first one. How do you think if basically 40 years later, when this finally comes out, this one will do?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Very good. Yes. Congratulations. I did love Spaceballs, and I liked a lot of his stuff that he did. But I think back to History of the World Part 1, which we used to watch a lot when I was in college on HBO or whatever, and we thought it was hilarious. And then he did History of the World Part 2, I think, for one of the streaming services, and it was almost unwatchable for me.
Ugh.
And so I think it's how old you are when the movie comes out, like how much kind of silly humor you can live with. And so I'm a little nervous for me personally. I think that it's going to do fine. It's just that sometimes the stuff that you thought was fun when you were young isn't quite as funny 40 years later.
Yeah, I mean, I said when this about 25 minutes ago, I don't really like the first one. I don't think it's not really my thing. But I kind of have a bit where I don't like some of the 80s movies. I don't like the Goonies. I think that's a terrible film. But people loved the first one. And this has been we hear all the time. And we were talking about it, how almost everything is a sequel now. Sometimes you just don't need to make a sequel. But maybe there's an audience for Spaceballs 2 in 2 years, right?
Yeah, and it'll be interesting because I wasn't sure how Mel Brooks was doing. And so I don't know what his deal is going to be in 2 years. So that'll be interesting because I should have looked it up. I don't even know how old he is, but he's got to be getting up there. So yeah, again, I'm the same way. I think it goes back to there's a lot of movies that on the second and third watching, they start to get more fun, especially if you're in college age. And that's one of those movies where the second or third time you watch it, you start going, oh, this part's funny. And then it becomes kind of a cult classic. And so that's what happened, I think, with Spaceballs. It was funnier to watch on like an HBO type thing where you could watch it a couple times. But who knows? I mean, Mel Brooks is, I'm glad he's doing it because this is going to be, this might be the end. And so might as well get it out there before he croaks.
You're the best, Mr. Z. We love you.
All right, guys.
I'll talk to you next week. Bye. It's Mr. Z. He's the best. He does movie things, but we can't tell you who he actually is. We'll come back. We'll do What Really Matters. Zach will give you stuff that matters. I'll give you some more sports. A lot is happening around the sports world, including the U.S. Open. which is on right now.
The Fan. You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at Public.com. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Unlock smarter learning with Lenovo AI-powered PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Head to Lenovo.com and choose from multiple devices to fit your passions. If you're a gamer, you can spend less time stressing about GPUs and CPUs and more time dominating with your AI-enabled Smart Engine, which optimizes your game performance in real time. Or maybe you're a scientist on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery and need a device with a longer battery life and AI-enhanced tools to give you extra time to finish your research. Or you're a musician preparing for your biggest break and need better, faster AI tools to make digital art a breeze, like creating band posters and t-shirt designs. Or you're a soon-to-be graduate needing to catch a recruiter's eye to land that dream job, so you need cutting-edge smart tools to build your portfolio from scratch. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers get 5% off with an education account on Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
So you want to start a business? You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills, but listen to me when I say you don't. You just need GoDaddy Aero. I'm Walton Goggins, an actor, and I like the sound of starting my own business, Walton Goggins Goggle Glasses. But I couldn't do this on my own. GoDaddy Aero uses AI to create everything you need to grow a business. It'll make you a unique logo. It'll create a custom website. It'll write social posts for you and even set you up with a social media calendar. How cool is that? Well, listen to this. For a limited time, you can get Aero All Access for just $1 a week for 12 weeks. We're talking all the AI power of GoDaddy Aero plus a domain, e-commerce store, payments, professional email, a unified inbox, all for less money than I spend on deep tanning lotion while sunbathing off the Amalfi Coast. You know what that sounds like? A plan. Get started at GoDaddy.com. Terms apply.
Stuck in the same day-to-day routine that honestly sucks? Wake up, go to work, eat, sleep, repeat. Well, today doesn't have to suck. Get rid of boredom and download Call of Duty Mobile for free. Enjoy fan-favorite maps, modes, and operators from classic Call of Duty titles. Plus, new mobile-exclusive content. You can even earn tons of free rewards just for playing. Did we mention you can play for free on your phone almost anywhere, anytime? Call of Duty Mobile looks and feels incredible. Characters, maps, and weapons practically leap off the screen. This game is so smooth, fast, and responsive, all on your phone. What are you waiting for? Break the boredom loop and play for free now. Call of Duty Mobile is available on both the Apple App Store and Google Play Store today. Rated M for mature.
Man.
The reason the girls like me is, hey now, I'm all around you, round you. Hey now, up on your heart I can see you. And I play and I sing and they say, hey man, you got soul in that music. And I said, yeah, I play a little bit, you know.
Brilliant.
Voice of an angel.
Yeah, brilliant. Abbott yesterday,
goosebumps,
because mom and dad are gone. Abbott yesterday was like, well, I can manipulate these two. And he was like, you got to do Talkbacks. We're like, Talkbacks? I'm like, I don't even know how to use the. It's a great PA uses them very well. Common, they all use them, right?
Yeah.
We just don't, right? And if mom and dad don't want to use them, I'm a team player, man. I'm on the team, right? So Abbott yesterday looks at Zach and I, is like, play Talkbacks, and Zach's like, of what? Like, of what? Like, we're not going to break, even though we spent 15 minutes talking about the hockey game. So now, this is what you get, Abbott. You get grown men singing Charles Manson songs.
And feel free. I'm kind of crowdsourcing what really matters today. I completely forgot to do it. So feel free to pull up the iHeartRadio app, use the Talkback feature, and share an interesting, fun fact that we can do and really share what really, truly matters.
We'll do that right now, Zacho. Ba-da-ba-da, as my guy's about to tee off. Here we go. The best thing golf ever did was on these streaming apps, you can get these feature groups and you can watch every shot by these guys. And luckily enough, Colin Morikawa, he's a big enough name he would be in a feature group by himself, but he's playing with Scotty Scheffler, so about every shot he hits will be on TV. And right up the gut. Then what?
Looks good.
That was a great shot.
Good. Oh, yeah.
Beauty.
Right up the gut. Zacho, the NBA draft is 12 days from today. Your Minnesota Timberwolves have the 17th and 31st pick. A lot of people think they're very highly and they're very much in the mix for Kevin Durant, which if it gets us to an NBA Finals, even if we win or lose it, who cares? I think it's the right move. I know he's old, but Kevin Durant would sell a lot of tickets, and this market, which is already in love with that basketball team that's made it to 2 straight Western Conference Finals, would be electric if they could find a way to get Kevin Durant and kind of keep most of the pieces together on this team. But that doesn't matter, Zacho. What really matters is this.
Might be obviously a tough day for you, Sauce.
What happened?
This is Muppet.
Oh, no.
It was on this date 7 years ago. We lost our angel, Dov Lambert.
Oh, no.
Rest in penis.
That's what you get, Abbott. You wanted Talkbacks. You're going to get my dog talking about my dead brother. That's what you get, Abbott.
And again, if you do not know how to use the iHeartRadio app or to send Talkbacks, open your beautiful iHeartRadio app. There is a microphone button. You press that, you get what, 30 seconds?
30 seconds, yeah.
Use
you
it
know more about
wisely.
it than I do.
25 more seconds than I need.
Yeah, correct.
Jeez.
So that's what you're going to get, Abbott. You wanted Talkbacks, here you go. According to ESPN and Adam Schefter, law enforcement in Miami-Dade County is seeking to arrest former NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown on a charge of attempted murder, according to a warrant reviewed by the Washington Post.
Antonio
That's
Brown
all I know
is
about the story.
I don't think anyone's shocked.
No, man. When he quit and ran.
This is a little bit off topic, but on topic. Attempted murder shouldn't be a thing. You shouldn't get less of a penalty because you failed.
Yeah.
Well,
if you
well
tried
said.
to
I don't know
kill
where you were
somebody,
going, John, but well said.
If you tried to kill somebody and failed, you should receive the punishment.
Your intentions were the same either way. Yeah.
Well said.
You're just not good at it.
You're right.
Yeah. Here you go,
Antonio
Abbott.
Brown.
But what really matters is this.
Good morning, guys. Here's another talkback for you.
Oh, boy. That's what you get,
Let's
Abbott.
just play Talkbacks for the next 3 hours.
That's what you wanted, Abbott. The Twins-Detroit game on the 29th of June has been moved to Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN.
What? Sorry to hear that.
When was the last time, how many years has it been since your Minnesota Twins have been on Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN?
I think I had legs.
I'm going to say at least 10.
It's...
where's that bit?
I think I had legs. So perhaps 2006.
Alexis?
I'm going to say 10 years.
Zacho?
I mean, it's got to be a while. Probably not 2010, so maybe 15 years.
They haven't been on Sunday Night Baseball in 5 years.
That's it?
That's it. Well, for a while, and I love ripping ESPN, for a while, it was literally whoever the Yankees were playing.
Yeah.
Or now Dodgers.
Or Dodgers or Boston. ESPN is losing baseball, right, Zacho?
They chose to, I believe.
It was
who's gonna get
like a mutual parting of ways.
Haven't decided yet, but they kind of the relationship started to fizzle out, and finally ESPN just didn't take the option, and now NBC is a potential player. In fact, there's a There's a chance if NBC does get the rights where you'll have Sunday Night Football in the fall, which will transition to Sunday Night Basketball when NFL's done, and then when NBA is done with Sunday Night Basketball, it'll transition into Sunday Night Baseball. So you could theoretically have 52 weeks a year of live sports on Sunday night on NBC, which would be very interesting.
Which would be great because of the gambling. Right. That's why, but that's why sports are so popular now, because of the gambling. That's why we can watch every single shot in every single golf tournament, because people are gambling on it. It's the absolute best. Abbott, you wanted it. What really matters is more talkbacks.
This is a very interesting. I had to double check because
you see what they say, right?
Yeah, of course. Here we go. This is interesting.
I did in fact check my son, but what he told me is that when turtles are underwater, they breathe through their butts.
Abbott, you wanted talkbacks. I think
is that missing this for you?
Is that true?
I don't.
No, I think it is true.
Hold on, let me see.
Breathe through their butts. Yes, some turtles can.
Yeah, that gentleman's son was correct.
Imagine how that breath smells.
Dude, I would drown in all those Vegas tubs.
Oh my God, you'd need to put a snorkel.
Ugh. The Florida Panthers went up 3-0 in the first period. Then the Oilers scored 3, and they ended up losing. That being the Panthers lost 5-4 in overtime. The Oilers are the first road team to rally from a 3-goal deficit and win a Stanley Cup final game since the Montreal Canadiens at the Seattle Metropolitans in Game 5 of 1919. So they were the first team to do that in over 106 years. And of course, it's the team I bet on. Is this in your opinion, Alexis, has this flipped the series? Is it now the Oilers to lose?
1,000%, especially at home when you let a game slip away like that at home. That's even worse. I think it's more excusable when you're on the road, just in any sport. To let that happen at home, I mean, it's hard to blow a 3-0 lead. That's why they say a 2-goal lead's the most dangerous lead in hockey, because if you can get that third goal, that kind of puts things out of reach. And especially, again, at home. And they even tie it late and they still can't find a way to win. So, yeah, you have a dominating win the game before. You almost have a win in that next game, and then you end up losing it. And now it feels like it's anybody's series. So, and I do think Edmonton are the underdogs in a lot of people's eyes. I think a lot of people are expecting Florida to win and think they should win. So the fact that Edmonton was able to pull out a win like that on the road is uber impressive. And you know it's going to fuel them for that next game.
Although Florida's been amazing on the road
they
in the
have
playoffs.
been. Yeah.
And so the other night, when they stomped, I think I heard a stat that was one of like 2 or 3 wins at home in the postseason for them. So that is one thing to consider as well.
Yeah, they're now both minus 110 to win the whole thing. At one point last night when they were up 3-0, I looked at the future bet. Florida was like minus 580 to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
They kicked that one away so badly.
Teams that go up 3-1, it's a crazy percentage. I think they win like 75 or 80% of series all time in the NHL when you go up 3-1. So it's hard to come back and win a series when you go down 3-1. So that's why that game is always so critical in a series. So the fact that Edmonton won that game is huge for them.
Really matters is more talkbacks that Abbott wanted. I think we have a special guest who left one.
Oh, hi, guys. It's Tommy Wiseau. It's a beautiful rainy morning here in Minnesota. But as an American from New Orleans, I just wanted to say hello. And I miss you. And also, when I came to this country, all I had were 2 suitcases and a check for $2,000 that I could not cash. I can't tell you why. It's confidential. Anyway, how is your sex life?
Brilliant.
What is happening?
So there's this movie called, is it The Room or Room? Because there's 2 different, the one with like it's The Room.
The Room, yeah.
It's like maybe the worst movie of all time.
Yeah, I've heard about this movie.
It's horrible, but it's also amazing. And they like redid it, like Seth Rogen and those guys redid it. Well, Ryan Donaldson or Tommy Wiseau, who just left us a talk back, him and I love that movie. And Ryan, for a while, would only talk as Tommy Wiseau. He does a brilliant impression of it. And I mean, that plays somewhere, and Ryan is very good at impressions. So yeah, that's a line in the movie. The guy, one of the lines is, anyway, how is your sex life?
There is a similar bit from way long ago in the old times, it was like 0403, called American Movie.
Oh yeah.
And it is a documentary about some drunk knucklehead from Wisconsin. It narrows it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Making a horror movie awful.
Yeah.
Called Coven. But the documentary is freaking awesome. He doesn't realize he's being basically made fun of the whole time. But the beauty of it is they're not making fun of, he's doing it himself.
Yeah.
American Movie. Check it out if you haven't seen it. I think I should fire that one up soon.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
But that's a movie where The Room, where if you get the bit, the acting is awful.
Yeah.
But it's you can't believe that. And it's like an absolute cult classic. The Uptown Theater that is no longer there, I think. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. They would always have that poster outside of it. And I wowould drive by and I'm like, what movie is that? But for a while, the Uptown Theater at midnight, Friday and Saturday nights would show that movie, and they would because it's a movie it's like any bad movie.
Yeah.
You can go.
Everyone's laughing.
Everyone's laughing. And if you're in on the bit,
you can
that's what
enjoy
makes
it.
bad movies great, right? If everybody's in on it. And that's a hideous film. The Rangers crushed the Twins 16-3. The Rangers outscored your Twins 34-13. Those 34 runs are tied for the third most in a 3-game series in Rangers franchise history. Your Twins are back at it tonight when they battle the Astros at 7:10. The Twins are 36-32.
Victor.
Yeah, Victor Hovland's on fire, man.
That was
Zacho's guy.
A birdie putt from the fringe.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
And he is now even or one under.
Yeah. Victor Hovland's great. Look at that.
That is
That's
putt.
a great putt.
Yeah. What really matters, Zacho, is Abbott want us to play Talkbacks, so here you go. Here's more Talkbacks. I love how he has to sift through them because they might be just hideous.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad ones on here.
Yeah, don't play those.
There's some good ones.
You get a transcript, right?
I have a couple here really quick. This one's a quick one.
Morning, guys. Talkbacks suck, and so does Chad Abbott.
Oh, my God.
That's not
nice.
Wow.
I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree on one part of that.
I don't know why you'd play that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Also, a little fun fact here.
Good morning, gentlemen. Kyle from Marseille here. Queen Elizabeth, when she turned 18, was actually trained as a truck driver and mechanic. Also, Woodhawk.
Out of respect.
Yes, and that's 100% true. What that guy just said. That's
really?
true. Yeah. It's funny how they're actually giving us true things.
Well, that's Let's
Let's play them without vetting them. Let's just roll through them.
No, because then Zacho and I don't know how to spell resume. Nice putt by Scotty Scheffler.
So he improves to 2 over.
The NBA Finals resumes tonight. Game 4 is at 7:30. OKC is a 5.5-point favorite, and they are still the favorite to win the series, even though they trail the Pacers 2-1. I have not watched. I've watched maybe 5 minutes.
It's
of that
been
whole
great.
series.
It's been great.
Yeah.
Even the last game wasn't very close. It's still entertaining.
Yeah.
Because you always feel like if OKC gets hot.
Because there's been crazy comebacks, too.
Yes.
It's just and they've said it on the broadcast, too. It's they're up by 25. I wouldn't turn it off yet.
Exactly.
You might as well keep watching because there's been some crazy, it's been a fun series.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's worth watching.
After the Wolves got knocked out, I'm I don't have any interest.
You're gonna miss it when it's gone.
Yeah.
So enjoy it now.
Then all you have left is the Twins. And is that really what you want?
Exactly.
No, I do not.
I'd rather get undivorced. Awful to watch.
I don't know why I played that. Zacho, what really matters is Abbott wanted Talkback, so here we'll play 2 more. If you got 2 more, then we'll go
Play
to
that
break,
again.
come back.
What you just played?
Oh no!
Oh boy!
Whoa, freezing, lazy head on a pillow, bait of concrete. Oh yeah.
And then it turned into Macho Man.
God, this is what you wanted, Abbott. You got one more, Zacho, that isn't full of swear words.
That's enough.
This is brought to you by initialsgame.com, where you can get your Initials game version 6 now. I'm so glad it came up organically.
Duh.
Look at that.
Wow. That was nice.
That was very nice of that man to do that. We will play that at 8:15. Good segue. We will play that at 8:15. John Kriesel, Marnie Gellner, Mark Parrish, Andrew DePaul, and myself will play. Zach O'Halverson will host. It'll be great. Marnie will be here in about 20 minutes. Parrish will be here probably soon with a buttload of McDonald's. We'll come back. Zach will do the news. And, buckle up for that.
This is Tommy Olsen's dog. The things I've seen. Oh, my life is rough.
Hi, I'm Danielle Fishel from Pod Meets World. So for my two boys, I got Samsung Galaxy Watch for Kids. And I'm not saying I'm kind of jealous of my kids' tech. I'm saying I am definitely jealous of my child's tech. This thing lets them call, text, and explore all from their wrist. No smartphone required. And don't worry, you're still the boss. You control who they can talk to, and yes, you can totally stalk their location in real time. Get Galaxy Watch 7 on T-Mobile, now kid-ready with a new paired line. Visit T-Mobile.com to order yours today. Parent and child must have a Samsung account and Google account with Family Link. Requires initial pairing with a compatible Samsung smartphone and qualifying wireless plan with LTE service activated. Please check with your carrier for more information. Trusted contact applies to compatible apps. It does not restrict communication through third-party or other communication apps. Emergency services and contacts remain accessible. Location sharing is dependent on network connectivity and device being recently active. T-Mobile terms via 24 monthly bill credits when you add a qualifying paired watch line. See additional offer terms on T-Mobile.com.
Add dry eye relief to your routine with Refresh Optive Mega 3. A lubricating eye drop with a moisture-rich, preservative-free formula, enhanced with inactive ingredients like flaxseed oil and antioxidants. This formula supports all 3 tear film layers and provides advanced hydration to instantly moisturize and soothe dry eyes. Refresh Optive Mega 3 is safe to use as often as needed, so you can make it part of your wellness routine. Find Refresh online or in the eye drop section at all major retailers. FSA and HSA eligible.
Now, you can watch the best of Hulu on Disney Plus. The hottest Hulu shows and movies right next to your Disney Plus favorites. With Hulu on Disney Plus, dive into new seasons of The Handmaid's Tale, 9 Perfect Strangers, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and Welcome to Wrexham. And don't miss Star Wars Andor Season 2 and Marvel's Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus. All these and more, now streaming with Hulu on Disney Plus with a bundle subscription. Available with bundle plans starting at $10.99 a month. Terms apply. Visit DisneyPlus.com/Hulu for details.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at Public.com. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.